You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Fantastic. Fantastic. I hope you have a good day.
Hope you have a better week.
I hope your month is full of successful days and a lot of great ventures. I hope you just come up, brother.
I hope your whole fucking year is spectacular.
Oh, you hope my year is spectacular?
Yeah.
You got something you want to say to me?
You got something you want?
Next week, I actually prepared one. I don't have to do this off the dome. So going into next week is another topic that I don't know too much about, but I've been asked about. So I will sit back and have fun and let people argue as we go through an actor who used to live in the heart of Dixie.
No.
Another actor who is a Man of Steel, used to be at least. One who used to run around with a hockey mask, and another who sings with glee. Well, you know what? Actually, we'll let two people sing with glee. Make it a supersized episode with a bunch of shows that a lot of y'all love, and some of y'all don't watch it all, including myself. With that, Ryan for RJ, Kenyon, Daryl, and thank you so much to my sister Tanisha. We are.
Okay.
What up, family? It's your boy Amaru, and we are here, packed to the brim with a hell of a lot of Arrowverse fans.
Can't hear Rue now.
Hey, gang.
I can hear.
Hey, we can hear you. We can hear you, Dom.
Okay.
And I don't know anything about any of these shows except maybe one. But I'm just going to be here.
I can hear everybody else. I can't hear Rue.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow. Everybody but Rue. That's the only person you need to hear, though.
No, yeah, it sucks. Wait, with all the people, who said they can't hear me? Because I don't know.
Jay.
Yes, Jay.
I can't hear Rue.
Jay. Yeah, I know. We're letting him know.
Come back in. We'll let him in. That's Jay. He's going to be here. He's been here before. Tell him to drop out, please. Somebody tell him to drop out.
Jay, drop out.
Jay, Drew asked to see if you can drop out for a moment.
There we go. We're off to a great start, but it's all good. We are here today.
I love that shit.
Yes, we are here today to argue about five, I guess, great shows, lovely shows, fun shows, however you want to talk about them, shows from the CW Arrowverse. We got Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow himself, Supergirl, Black Lightning, and Flash. Christina, you're the best. I'll just leave it at that. With that being in the middle, we'll just start with you, Christina. Did not know you were going to be here today, but you were like, "Yes, I need this." How are you doing?
I love the Arrowverse. In fact, I started watching this before Anthony did. I am the reason Anthony likes these shows because I introduced him to all of it. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, I need to be here. These shows are my jam. Like the crossover events, I was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I had them all, baby. I was living for it. I actually watched some of the crossover from Elseworlds last night just because I liked it so much.
Nice.
I am ready.
All right, and then we're gonna go over here to the man who actually proposed this one to me and told me I should do this episode. So as soon as I was like, I'm gonna do it, he was the first person I hit up. Malcolm, how you doing, sir? Happy to have you on.
I'm doing good. I love the Arrowverse. There's one show I'm kind of glad you left off, but it only has one season. So yeah.
Yeah, I think 5 shows are enough. Next to him is Mr. Carefree himself, Richard Schwartz. First time on the show. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm very happy to be here. Arrowverse is also my jam. I love it. I started watching it since when Arrow first premiered, which was the first show. And, I'm really happy that, it's still going on strong, even though COVID is doing what the Anti-Monitor couldn't, and that is canceling other shows, which is sucks. But
Anti-Monitor jokes. I like it.
Yeah.
First of all, you're throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me sell.
I have no idea what you just said, but that's all right. We're going to go over to Charles Barkley himself. Charles, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Happy to be on again. This was another easy one to hop on. I'm a huge fan, but I'm afraid I'm not as big a fan as some of these others. So I'm just going to try to keep up, but I picked the list how I see it. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a fun one for sure.
All right. And he is returned as somebody's getting a nice call. He is returned in his normal spot. Mr. Jay Burns. Huh? Jay, I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you now.
Yes.
And y'all saw it. I have a house. I'm not homeless. I don't live in a fucking hallway. But apparently it doesn't want to work in there. But I'm ready to sit here and yell about some superheroes and shit. You know how we do.
No. Yes, of course, all the time. We're gonna go over to around the horn to Mr. Ryan Payne. He's got to work in some hours, but he's gonna do this first. Ryan, how you doing, sir?
Oh no, I'm good. I mean, look, I'm always fucking working 5 days a week. So heck, if I can kill an hour and a half just to get a little bit of that extra overtime, I'm willing to jump on here for that.
Perfect. I think that's Booster Gold. Booster Gold is the star of the show.
It's always Booster Gold.
It's Booster Gold
every time.
Booster Gold wanted to be on the show. Bill is just translating. So Bill, how are you?
I am very, very good. I'm looking forward to this. This is the easiest 5 shows to rank. So I will judge every one of you motherfuckers if you pick number 1 incorrectly.
Well, guess what? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna bring the fire, Bill.
Oh, we will bring that.
You bring the fire. I will extinguish it and let
Bill, I've heard your trivia questions. I'm not really worried about you fucking judging me.
Like if I am Bill, I'm like, damn, I won.
Damn.
The only people I'm scared to take. The only people I'm afraid to break hearts is. Oh.
Okay.
Are you done?
I'm loving it already. I'm loving it already.
Are you done?
Only people I'm afraid to break the hearts are Malcolm, Richard, and Christina.
And last but not least, my boy, I ain't seen him in a long time. I am so happy to have him on that I had to run this back just for him. It's an inside joke between me and him, but it don't matter.
Right.
Just for you, dog. Just
Rich
for
boy.
you.
Rich
dog.
boy.
How you doing,
I'm Rich
fam?
boy. First time caller, long time listener. I just want to say I'm a diehard Arrowverse fan. I've been watching since episode 1, back when Oliver was dating both the Lance sisters. You know, when he was that dog. I've been with Arrowverse since he was a dog. Like when Tony was the dog in the MCU. You know, same guys, same energy.
So let's just get it started. It's already getting a little hot now. I am going to stay out of this and just throw GIF after GIF. Yes, it's pronounced GIF, damn it. At your faces while everybody else.
It is not.
While everybody else is trying to argue with it. Respect that it's a soft G. But we're going to go like this.
Hard K.
First one up. His real name is Nick Carly, but he will forever be Charles Barkley. He will forever be Charles Barkley on this channel.
You're welcome.
Is that a How I Met Your Mother joke right there?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. I see what we were about.
Put me on the flyer first. Okay.
Yes, you're number 5, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to come out with it. It's actually the show that I actually haven't finished all the way through. I didn't watch the last season. But I put Supergirl at number 5.
Oh,
okay.
Why do you have Supergirl at number 5?
I just don't know. Like it had some great characters. It got a lot better as it started off. But I mean, as it got the 3 and 4 are good seasons. But I don't know. It just didn't really it wasn't really in my wheelhouse. I guess I don't really have. I'm trying to think of what else to really describe it as, but. I mean, I've never really been a huge fan of Melissa Benoist and what she's been in. I don't know. Like I said, that's tossed them out already. All right. Anyways, I knew that would start off right, but it's just I liked the other 4 a lot better, and I think it's also the more recent that I've actually caught up on some of those other ones too. So I'm sure there's some recency bias in there as well. So that's what I'm going to stick with.
Does anybody else have Supergirl as their number 5?
I have it at number 5.
Or their number 4?
I have it at 5.
4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got it at 4.
Why do y'all have Supergirl at 5 or 4?
All right, I'll start. Supergirl, I do enjoy it. Season 4 was really good, but Supergirl does this thing where the cardinal sin. It keeps on bringing PC issues without having it make sense for the show. Season 3, for example, they did the whole Trump wall thing that made no sense for the show. They said the president wants to build a wall. No, it was season 3 with Maggie and her father. The whole scene with Maggie and her father.
Mm-hmm.
They did Trump. The president wants to build a wall. The president in Supergirl is an alien. The fans knew it. The people didn't. So she sure as hell does want to bring a wall. Well, it also keeps on bringing back. They keep thinking that. It keeps thinking for the main fact that we don't believe as fans that the girls can do just as much as males can do, and we absolutely do. They keep pushing that too hard. Season 4 though was fucking amazing.
But I guess still number 5. Dom, why is Supergirl number 4 for you?
Well, I mean, it just gets too political sometimes. It's like it's just always it's always trying to better up itself. It's always superficial. Supergirl is superficial sometimes, but when it's not, it's still a good show. I love the show and everything. But I mean, of all the shows, that's the only show where Supergirl doesn't pop up all the time on any other shows like that. Flash always pops up. Arrow pops up all the time, but Supergirl, she'll never do nothing.
But I will say, I do disagree with Nick saying Miss Melissa Benoist is fantastic on the show. Like, her acting's on point.
No,
I get it.
They do good with what they're given. Sometimes they go way overboard, but I still think Supergirl is like a very decent show. I mean, I think it's better than my number 5, that's for sure.
Comfort me. Oh my god.
Not happy over there. Bill is not happy. But we're gonna keep it moving. Ryan, we're gonna go to your number 5, sir. What is your number 5?
Okay, this is where the fire begins. My number 5 is a show I think has been dipping in quality ever since its 2nd season, and that is The Flash. The Flash is number 5.
What?
I have The Flash at 5. Like I said, after the 2nd season, the show, unfortunately, it starting this stupid little consistent trend to where they'll give us a great season finale, but then in the first 2 episodes, they'll instantly undo the changes they did. Like in for the start of season 4,
they do.
After season 3, they had, of course, the stupid end of Savitar, but they had Killer Frost have this great little arc to where her split personalities kind of merge. But then guess what happens in season 4? She's got back the split personalities again. They make that Hulk reference. At the end of season 4, they do this nice little of course, season 4, they introduce the daughter, but then season 5, I don't even want to get started in season 5 because that girl should not have been there the entire damn season. She should have been there for 9 episodes and then out. And
Nora?
I love the show The Flash.
Yeah,
I keep hating the I hate the concept thing of family and love. You don't need to shove it down my throats. I understand Barry is powered by his love for his family. I understand he's powered by the love he feels for the people he wants to protect. I don't need to shove it down my throat every single episode. Like, I gotta get faster. I gotta get faster. How about you actually start thinking?
Barry, run.
Use your intelligence. Use your mind. Stop thinking you gotta rely on your powers to stay on the day. Okay, I'm gonna stop here so everyone can just start shitting on me now.
I will never shit on you, Ryan. Everything you say is wonderful, except you're just wrong here, honey. This is the board show.
Yeah, you're kind of wrong.
He's not that wrong.
With that, does anybody have Flash also at number 5 or number 4?
Nope.
So apparently you are very wrong. You're extremely wrong.
I'm like Oliver Queen. I'm in my island.
Look, I will say about The Flash, though, Candace Penn has no chemistry with Grant Gustin, but Grant Gustin's chemistry with everyone else is just so freaking fantastic.
Him and
the problem, one of my biggest problems, another Flash
Felicity.
problem. Oh, go ahead. I don't want to.
Barry and Felicity had the best chemistry, though. If I want to talk about it, the best couple was Barry and Felicity. They should have just stayed together. They
were never together.
Felicity and the Atom should have stayed together.
The chemistry was better than
the one
that was my slight problem with season 1.
Iris.
They had this great partnership between Oliver and Felicity, but they trashed it because Candace is the be-all, end-all, the end game for the relationship. We could have actually worked. I liked season 1 because they focused on Barry's conflicted feelings. Also, another issue I had in season 1, they took away Captain Cold and Heatwave, my favorite villains. in season 1. I loved
They were the
art.
best.
I
They're
wanted
the
to
best.
see the entire Rogues, the Rogues Gallery, Cold, Heatwave, Mirror Master, Top, Golden Glider, all 5 of them team together to take down, and even have the Trickster, and even oh my God, who is he?
Weather Wizard.
Weather Wizard, yeah, all 7 of them team up. They could have been Flash's Sinister 7, even though it's a little play on words with the Sinister 6. But I would have loved to have seen that team up against the Flash somewhere down within the season instead of him constantly fighting a speedster as the big bad.
I got no idea what's going on here.
I'll stop. I will
we'll
stop.
go from there, and we'll continue on. Since nobody else has Flash at 5 or 4, we're gonna just go ahead and let Bill talk his shit real quick. Bill, what do you have at your number 5?
Black Lightning.
Oh damn!
Ooh,
Come on
I'm
now.
sorry,
Not
that
Black
show
Lightning.
fell off pretty quick
Damn.
for me.
What?
First season's pretty
it
solid.
got better every season.
It really did not, actually. I checked out in the middle of season 2. They brought on Robert Townsend and didn't do shit, and I just got mad. And then it's just like, I'm sorry.
Almost like the Phillies brought in Bryce Harper. He hasn't done shit either.
Yeah.
But Wayne Brady as the villain.
Check the numbers. He's actually doing fine. Anyway.
Yeah.
But Bill Duke, though. Bill Duke was great.
No. Exactly. Bill Duke, Wayne Brady. What's up?
Yeah, Wayne Brady is fantastic in season 3 of Black Lightning.
He was.
And then when he shows up in Crisis, like he just, oh god, he's kind of a douche in the whole thing. He's like, if you go to a funeral for someone you don't know, shut your mouth.
Well, he didn't
just don't say anything.
He didn't say shit at the funeral.
Come on, man.
He didn't say anything bad. He just says like, I didn't met the guy, but he seems like a cool dude.
It's not about you.
I'm sorry. He just said that he got brought back from his he was ripped away from his universe, so of course he'd have questions.
So one of my absolute favorite podcasts that I listen to that reviews all these is MTR Network. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. And their entire Crisis review, they literally call it the Black Lightning Slander Hour because they show like they are ruthless. They're totally ruthless, but they're just like, oh my god, this show is terrible. I know I'm not alone, but I'm sorry.
So should I not go back to it because I've been meaning to go back to that show?
No, go back. Go back. Go back.
Definitely go back. Go back.
Go back.
Okay. Anybody else have Black Lightning at their 5 or their 4?
It's at my 4 because I am not up to date with the show. I only watched one half of season 3 and most of seasons 1 and 2. So it's only on 4 because it's not my most recently watched show.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Black Lightning as my 5. This is just purely because I've never really got into it. Like, I've watched a couple episodes here and there, and for the longest time, it's one that I've never actually considered as a firm part of the Arrowverse until Crisis happened. It's been one of those shows with which been kind of the one looking outside and sitting outside looking in the window like, let me in, I want to be in. It's like, so for that, it's just one of those ones I've never really connected with it on that level as much as the other ones which have some connection with each other.
I actually preferred the fact it had its own bubble, honestly.
Well, the first 2 seasons wasn't supposed to be part of the Arrowverse. In Black Lightning's defense, it wasn't supposed to be part of the Arrowverse till the 3rd season.
Yeah.
And I mean, Bill basically summed up exactly why I kind of I really enjoyed the first season, and then 2 and 3 I had a hard time getting through. So but I mean, I like the concept. Hopefully, they build on it a little more.
I'm going to talk now, boys. Thanks.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I started watching this. I just never got into it. It started to come on at the same time as This Is Us. And like, honestly, like I just have to watch This Is Us more than Black Lightning. And it wasn't in the Arrowverse. But I will say the daughters in this show are badass.
I'll give
I'm here for that. Because we were shitting on my girl Supergirl earlier. I'm like, I don't know why we're trying to come at strong women. We need to slow our roll. And I didn't say anything then, but I'm saying
that's the reason why Supergirl's number 5 is coming like that. No one's coming after Supergirl like that.
Oh,
no.
The
daughters were written so well. I love their journeys on becoming heroes in their own rights. They didn't I love how there's conflict between the daughters. One daughter immediately gravitates towards the hero life. The other one wants a normal life, but unfortunately she's forced into it. And I like how they have to accept it in their struggles. I do love their journeys.
Does anybody else have Black Lightning or 5?
Oh.
All right. So we are going to then head over to Dom. Dom, what is your number 5?
Well, all right. For my number 5, I picked Arrow. I know this is the show that started the whole Arrowverse, but hear me out. It has some good signs. It has some bad signs. But I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm only getting rid of it because it's the only show that actually ended, and so by default, it's gonna be gone either way. So, but I mean, I love all the other shows. I love Arrow too, but if one show has to go, it has to be Arrow because that's the only show that actually is gone. So, I mean, it is what it is. We don't have no. It is what it is. We don't have no spinoff. Nothing. That's it. So.
Well, the no spinoff is a tough one.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. It has no spinoff because, to be honest, I don't want to see.
All shows in this universe are spinoffs of Arrow.
Yeah,
that's true. Which is why we can get rid of Arrow because we have all the better shows.
You get rid of Arrow, you're getting rid of everything that comes from it, though.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have any of these other shows. We're talking a paradox here.
Barry was introduced in season 2, episode 8 of Arrow. So if Barry and Flash, and they said if Flash didn't exist, he would have became a series regular on Arrow. So,
right.
I mean, although in saying that, to be fair, Supergirl was probably the only one which didn't spin out of Arrow. Like Legends came out of Arrow. Blackline and Supergirl are the only ones that didn't really spin out of Arrow. They just sort of happened.
Guys, are we for real? Slade Wilson, excellent. What's the other guy?
Malcolm Merlin.
Malcolm
Merlin, Slade Wilson, Prometheus in season 5.
Yeah, Prometheus. That was scary stuff. When he blew up the whole island, I was like, "What? Yo!"
Let's not forget great side characters. John Diggle. I mean, Thea was great.
And season 8 alone, 10 perfect episodes. Is season 8.
Yeah.
Despite their mess ups with Laurel Lance, at least she was an interesting character.
That's true.
Does any of the last 2 people who we still have to go have Arrow at number 5? Yeah, you're on your own for that one, sir. So we are then
put me on the island.
Yes, you on that island all your own.
You saw what happened in Arrow.
Yeah, really.
Put on an island.
Hey, I think I'm gonna handle it.
So then we're gonna go over to Christina. What is your number 5?
My number 5 is the absolute correct answer of this trash show that I don't understand why people like because, I think campy is so fun. Legends of Tomorrow is
Oh my God.
Legends of Tomorrow. No, this is the definitive choice. Season 1 was like, okay. Season 2, great. And then everything else, dumpster fire. Dumpster fire. First of all, who is even a legend anymore? Stop fucking putting people over top of me. I'm talking. I don't even know who's in Legends anymore.
Just a metaphor.
I literally don't even know their names. You killed off Victor Garber. I shed tears for that.
Oh?
I shed tears
I
for
was
that.
pissed off of that.
Rip.
They killed off Leonard Snart.
Well, who was the other person?
That's who hurt.
Leonard Snart died. Jefferson, who was the best character in all of Arrowverse, in my opinion, he leaves.
What?
Well, he and Wally, I think, were my favorites, to be honest. But I don't even know who these legend people are.
They got rid of
this chick controls the wind. Does she like the steel guy? Does she not like him? Please, this show is garbage. Garbage. And like, why do we keep bringing back Damian Dark and other villains into this, like to recycle them? Like they're not.
But
good
he was
enough
dope on that show, though. He was the best villain on the show. He was trash on the Arrow. He was trash on the Arrow. He was so garbage.
This
He was
show
so
is
trash on the Arrow.
horrible. I literally only watch it because it's in the Arrowverse.
My joke about Legends of Tomorrow, I call it amateurs of yesterday.
Yeah, this show is trash. Jay, back me up, bro.
They messed up the timeline for the better. That's it. That's their bottom.
Does anybody else, because he's the only one left besides Jay, have this at 5 or 4?
I have it at 4.
It's my 4 as well.
It's my 4.
Jay, why do you have Legends? Why do you hate happiness?
He's a smart
Why do you
man.
hate happiness?
This is literally the most dysfunctional Brady bunch I have ever fucking seen. It's boring as hell. Even the first season, which is moderately good, she's not wrong. It falls off. It just gets boring, dude. I'm fucking tired of seeing it. Like it's literally just that one show that doesn't have a good enough explanation to be around as long as it has been around. It was funny. It was kitschy there for a little bit. But if I want camp, I'll watch 1966's Batman.
Yeah.
Like they don't even put them in all the crossover events because they know they're not good. Just saying.
Well,
Like,
I hate the lame excuse they say. Oh, because they're trying to be meta with that shit.
Well, since I have it at 4, I'll explain why I have it at 4. Basically,
the thong song was never not cool.
Yeah, well, I don't know what we're.
They did. They made it cool again. That's true.
Always
That's true.
If y'all watch my episode, the last episode, Drew Hill was saying.
No, I like it when they use Return of the Mac though. The way they use Return of the Mac though, I actually like that one. I liked how they implemented that song.
But go ahead, Richard. Richard, you had it at number 4.
Yeah, I like Legends, but to me, all the seasons of Legends, basically the first 3 episodes of WandaVision, with maybe 1 episode in each season may have a good episode in there, but for the most part, it's so... Like, I don't think the show knows what it's doing anymore. They're getting rid of all the old Legends, and they keep bringing in characters that are really bland. Ava's a really bland character. Mona is a bland character. Gary's annoying as hell.
Mona's the worst.
Gary's garbage.
I agree with that. Gary and Mona are 2 worst characters.
I really
in
like,
all the Arrowverse.
They killed off Victor Garber, which is great. I mean, Jax. I really like Jax. I prefer Robbie Amel's version, like of Firestorm, but I like Jax as well. And like I said, like they keep killing off the good Legends and bringing in bland ones.
Oh, Ronnie. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Though I do like Zari. I do like Zari. She's the only one, but the Zari. New Zari's annoying.
I love Zari. She's the best character on the show.
Yeah, it's just annoying. The show's annoying.
Yeah, and yeah, I also had it at 4. This is like what Richard said. Like, this is one of those shows in which I do enjoy every episode. And the characters, it's just one of those ones that really has no idea. And after Crisis, I don't know how it can continue on, because I think with Crisis has messed everything up as well. So I don't know what's going on there. So.
All I know is that Crisis is the only thing I watched, and I couldn't even get through that. That is what. Yeah. Anyway, Bill, quick question. We had your 5. What was your 4?
Oh, Eric can fuck right off.
Okay, I thought you slid by there real quick. Go ahead.
Arrow's fine. It starts out okay.
Yeah.
I will never, ever forgive them for fridging the Black Canary. That was an affront to fans and just Laurel in general. Number 1 right there is a problem.
Can we just talk about though how Laurel kind of sucked?
Well, that was kind of that was the writing. That wasn't really her fault.
No, second Laurel.
Sarah was the best character.
Sucked.
No, second Laurel was where it was at. First Laurel sucked.
Second Laurel was great.
Black Star was amazing.
DA, right?
That whole season where he gets his new team. First off, Renee's a fucking snitch. Never forget Renee's a snitch.
Never
Not
forget.
only that, motherfucker snitched 3 times. 3 times.
That
Got
rolled off.
caught, and then snitched again in court.
I mean,
and then became the mayor in the future. And what'd he do? Ratted him out because he sucks. Renee's the worst. Renee can get fucked. The only cool one out of that group was the Ragman, and then they fucking screwed him out of his power.
They got rid of him. Yeah, they got rid of Ragman.
No, here's one thing I will give it to Vince.
Can I continue making my point here? Because we're going to get this season here. Okay,
Arrow
I'm just
makes
saying.
new characters who do shitty decisions. At least they make silly decisions.
Go ahead, Bill. Finish it off.
Okay.
I had an entire season with his horseshit team that all sucked, and then everyone turned it on Oliver Queen, even though he was actually right about everything. This is the one time in recorded history everyone should have listened to the white guy, and they didn't. Fucking Diggle was being a douche about it. Fucking Laurel can fuck all the way off. She's going to ride a high horse about how, oh my God, he was keeping
Which
secrets
one?
from us and he should have told us. The second Laurel, the one that sucks Laurel, the suck Laurel.
With those beautiful words, we'll move on and have a quick recap before we get to people's numbers 3. Jay got rid of Legends.
On a video phone. Oh my bad. It's all right.
Christina got rid of Legends and Black Lightning. Malcolm got rid of Legends and Legends and Black Lightning as well. Dom got rid of Arrow and Supergirl. Schwartz has Supergirl and Black Lightning going. Ryan, Black Lightning and The Flash, only because he hasn't watched Black Lightning, but hey, or hasn't caught up. Richard got rid of Legends and Supergirl, and Bill got rid of Black Lightning and Arrow. This is a lot with a lot of people. But we're going to keep it moving. And to kick it back off at number 3, Schwartz, you're up again.
Oh, God. I did not bring enough energy to this call. I'll go ahead and tell you this right now. Oh my God.
Drink something real fast.
Yeah, exactly. You can take it. Oh, all right. Well, my 3 that just finished getting shit on pretty heavily is Legends of Tomorrow.
It's not a good show.
I get it.
I love that show.
It's so fun. It's the funniest show on TV.
It has some
by heart.
I understand, but I enjoy. I know it's just because everyone hated it is the reason I loved it. That's why I universally.
So you like it because you're contrary.
I have bad taste. Okay, everyone knows I have bad taste. So I don't know. Like I said, I enjoyed it. There are a lot of terrible characters in the show, but there's plenty that I liked, and I think it's more recency too. It's the most recent show I've watched all the way through in preparation for this. So that's probably why it got bumped up than the other 2.
It's the most recent show I've watched for this too, and it's still my number 5.
All right, well.
I love it.
We went through and talked shit about Legends a lot, so I just wanted to continue.
I'm not going to convince anybody, obviously. You know, if you guys hate me for liking that show, then I guess that's the way it is.
I will never take it.
It's my favorite show right now. It's my favorite show right now.
It's not.
It's like the only show right now.
It's not good.
With that, Richard. Well, before that, did anybody else have Legends at number 3?
No.
No. Okay. Cool.
No.
So then Richard, what do you have at number 3?
My number 3 is Black Lightning.
All right.
I really like Black Lightning for the 3 seasons that I've seen. I've not seen the current season. The main problems I have, like the first 2 seasons, I give it credit because it wasn't supposed to be part of the Arrowverse, and then 3rd season they introduced it into the Arrowverse. My only thing why it's number 3, not in the higher up, is it took a little time for the first 2 seasons to get involved into it. I think they're trying to feel itself out, and also I had no idea I don't think the show know what they want to do with the character of Khalil. They keep on killing him off, bringing him back, make him a good guy, make him a bad guy. I also didn't like the character of Jennifer to like the later half of season 2. She was a really annoying character. But Cress Williams is fantastic in that show. Like the issues with that show is really good. I like the main boss guy. I forgot his name. Tobias. So I thought overall it was a good show.
Yeah. Anybody else have Black Lightning at number 3?
Yeah, Tobias.
Jay, you also have Black Lightning at number 3. Tell us why, sir. Tell us why.
Honestly, it's almost a mirror, an exact wording of what Richard said. There are just some shows that resonated with me a little bit more, but it's better than Supergirl and it's better than Legends of Tomorrow. So putting it at 4 or 5 just didn't seem right because I actually enjoyed this show. But there are just some shows that I enjoy more.
All right. So we'll then move on. Dom, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is The Flash, and I chose The Flash because I have other shows higher, but I really love The Flash. I really love the show, right? And the reason why I like the show so much is because every other season is like the better seasons or whatever. The odd seasons sometimes be better than the even seasons. But the thing is, I started catching up on this season that just came out. And Barry's back to being Smart Barry now. And I like Smart Barry. He's the best Barry Allen that they have. I like Grant Gustin when he plays Smart Barry. I mean, Grant Gustin can't do no wrong. When he's in the crossover, he's probably like the best part of the crossover because he always brings like, even when he did when he had to play Stephen Amell's The Arrow, the best part of that whole little crossover. I love the Arrow, and that's why he's my number 3. I mean, my number 3.
Anybody else have Flash at number 3?
Anybody else?
Y'all are matching up today. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Bill.
really.
I love Flash. Flash is extremely inconsistent. There are some good seasons. There are some bad seasons. A couple of low points for me. Anything to do with these fucking Council of Wells just makes it worse. Drags the show down.
You didn't like the Council? I love the Council.
It's just so annoying. I'm like, I get that you guys love Tom Cavanaugh. Just stop having them make these fucking like, just completely ridiculous voices. It's getting them in there.
Tom Cavanaugh
That
is great, but yeah, the Council
He is
of Wells,
great.
that should have been a one season.
He should just be Wells and get it over with.
Council
I don't
Wells
want to see
has
him
been
play a
one season, that was
Frenchman
it.
and then like
They got
whatever
rid
the
of
fuck.
him.
I just that is just it constantly just like every time that happens, I'm like, oh Christ, here we go again.
Post-apocalyptic
And then they
Wells
love
with
to
people.
just constantly
Jesus Christ.
undo any kind of emotional development at all times. Like there was a whole subplot of Cisco, like, hey, you know what? I don't need these powers. I'm gonna grow as a person. I want to be with my girlfriend. I don't want to be vibe anymore. Oh, crisis! Fuck off! Here's your powers back. Let's go. And they just like fucking just chuck all that out. I'm like, who cares?
Wait a second. So Thong Song is also a part of Flash?
Yep.
Same issue I had with Killer Frost.
You just said Cisco. So
His name is Cisco. No, Cisco is like
Cisco is vibe. Cisco is vibe.
Cisco is a vibe.
Got you.
It's a vibe. Ah, there it is. Boom. we went full circle there.
They also completely mishandled Elongated Man in his introduction, and then they had to spend an entire season fixing it, which they did a great job. Unfortunately, it's a shame because the guy's a sack of shit in real life. We don't get him anymore.
Right.
But that's not the show's fault. The villains kind of suck.
You mean how the villains
April Beds for the seasons have kind of been dipping, and I get tired of like I feel like every fucking season.
The problem is
Barry's got to get faster.
They introduced the villain so good.
Like the Thinker season was good, and then it just got worse and worse and dragged.
And the Cicada season was kind of good, but then it got worse
And
and
then
worse and
it
dragged.
fell off real quick. And I feel like they got to spend every season explaining why there's new metas. And I'm like, you don't need to keep adding in dumb reasons.
Right.
Dark Matter Tech was like where I was like, come on, guys, you got enough. You don't need to keep inventing reasons why you're having. You got just no one cares about this. That having been said, I do still love it. Grant Gustin is amazing. Jesse L. Martin is the greatest TV father
do
ever.
a 3-episode mini arc.
Yeah. Jay, what'd you say?
I said it happens in the comics all the time. They invent new reasons for new fucking peoples with new powers to come in all the time. It's literally just the most comic book thing you can fucking do.
Yeah. Well, before we get deeper into that, let's let Malcolm real quick present his number 3, and then we'll continue on this conversation.
Yeah. So my number 3 is Supergirl. This is just a show that I like. Out of the 3 that I've got left, this is just the one that I'd enjoyed that little bit least. But I do think it's a really great show. It's one I've always gone to watch and all that. And yeah, it's just I love Melissa Benoist as Supergirl. All the side characters I think are great. I kind of wish they could get I can't even remember the name now, but Cat Grant back. But I think it's because of reasons that they can't. Too expensive or something. But that being said, I've always enjoyed Supergirl. It's always been a fun show for me. The political stuff has never really bothered me too much because the superhero stuff has always been interesting to me.
Does anybody else have Supergirl at their number 3?
Hi.
All right, go on ahead.
Okay, so I know I gave the boys hate earlier. This show is okay. And I feel like it's as high as it is because I was trying to do some solidarity with girl power. But mostly Legends is trash, and I just haven't seen enough of Black Lightning. So by default, Supergirl is number 3. I think that the first season was a little different because it was on CBS. Once they officially got her in the Arrowverse, it got better. I loved all of her stuff with Mon-El, and then he left. And then I just feel like it just kind of gets like I don't know, like what are we even talking about? And then you brought in Lex Luthor, who's doing like a great job, and then we're like, I don't know. I really wanted Lena to go all bad, and they're just like not giving me that, and that's really what I wanted to see. Like, I'm over like, oh my god, girl friendships. Like, let's have each other's backs. Like, no, that's a loser. You're not supposed to be friends with her. Honestly, like, and it just gets super political. Like, and I was just like, this is unnecessary. Like, that we're basically equating like aliens invading the Earth as like, oh, we should be nice to immigrants. Well, yeah, because immigrants aren't trying to take over the planet. So, like. Yeah, but these people have actual powers. We should probably be a little weary of them. Like, it's not the same thing. So stop making me feel bad.
You want to talk about a show that has a problem with villains? It's this show that has a problem with villains. Like, if Lex Luthor, they made a great casting with Lex Luthor and season 4 of Citizen. Those are two, but other than that, they've had their bad track with villains. And what they did to Red Tornado in season 1 is unforgivable. That costume was horrid.
I will admit season 1 is a bit of an issue. It's a bit of an issue, but season 1, I did like their portrayal of Maximum Lord, though. Even though he does come off campy, I like the fact that this guy they portray him as not an idiot. He sees Supergirl as a problem. He wants to take her out, and guess what happens in season 1? He finds out who she is. He creates a clone in order to test her limits. Like, of course, it was on CBS, so by the time it went to the CW, they got rid of all the good actors they had across it.
It was on CBS. It had a good budget, and the budget was not that great.
I know the budget sucked. Even if, but I just
it looks like
it was still. Go ahead,
Brian. Just hold it off real quick. It looks like at this point everybody's just trying to hold back. So let's just let it go. Every single show is still viable for somebody to save it. So let's just figure this out, and y'all go ahead and go at it. So with the numbers, with the list I've got, here is what ended up going down. 4 people saved Arrow, 2 people saved Legends, and 2 people saved Flash. Now, since nobody is on an island, nobody's by themselves, y'all can just go at it. So with the lists, go at it. Christina, Swirls, Ryan, and Richard have Arrow. Dom and Bill have Legends, and Jay and Malcolm have Flash. Go on ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
Really?
Arrow is the best.
Arrow is literally the best freaking show.
It is awesome.
So good.
Yes.
Arrow is the best.
Agree.
And Stephen Amell is the hottest one, and that's why he wins. Boom.
Right. Let me tell you guys I was at Comic-Con when they showed the pilot of Arrow. And then going on from there, I was hooked on ever since I was in that crowd of people that lost their shit over that first episode of that pilot. And then going on that first season is fantastic. We got great side characters coming out of John Diggle. Also, like I said, Diggle, Thea, Roy. And you want to talk about annoying-ass characters? Yes. Renee is annoying. So was Thea in the first season. And look what they did with her arc. She is now a great supporting character.
And Thea's had the best character arc in the whole Arrowverse series. Thea's has the best character arc throughout the whole Arrowverse series.
What about Sarah
Lane? Alone.
What about Sarah Lane?
One thing, Arrow will give you characters to hate, but then they give them great redemption arcs. Laurel 2 is a bitch. She sucks. But at least I liked in season 8 how they tried to make her better. That's one
I will say the worst
worst
seasons of Arrow 3 and 4 are it is considerably bad, but it's not as bad as the worst seasons of your other shows.
It's not as bad
but when the show hit
of Legends. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's how bad.
I would be with these 2 down here. Of what I've watched, I would be with these 2 down here. Legends would be safe.
Yeah.
Arrow is constantly trying to fight and defend itself. That's why it always has a good. That's why even from its worst season, Arrow finds a way to bounce back and give itself a great season. I love the prison arc from season 7, where he's just at his wit's end, and I love that 7th episode where even though it's shot to be like one take, I love how he's just fighting every fucking person to get out. The future episode, the future arcs, I don't like, but. Even then, I still like the 7th season.
Prometheus and Slade Wilson, the best villains of the Arrowverse.
I would agree with that.
Michael Jai White, oh my God, they brought him as a villain, turned him into an anti.
He's Bronze Tiger, right? Bronze Tiger.
Bronze Tiger, yeah.
Bronze Tiger, man. He was whooping ass in that scene, bro.
I went emotions over logic, and I feel more emotions when I'm watching The Flash than I do Arrow. Now, don't get me wrong. Arrow is my number 2. In Animal Crossing's New Horizon, my island is named Leon Yu. I really like the Arrow. I'm more connected to the Flash than I am the Arrow. And it's not just because I can't do a salmon ladder, it's also because I'm not rich as fuck. If I was a little bit on the richer side, I would probably connect with Ollie just a little bit more. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was a little surprised when me and Jay's taste aligned for this one. So I could have sworn he was going to go Arrow for what he said earlier. But that being said, like I'm the same. Like Arrow is my number 2. I really love both of these shows. I love The Flash a lot more, just because it's the one I've been into. And the many conversations I've had after every episode of The Flash with my buddy Matt Kearns, it's just one of those ones which, to me, it's one that I connect to a lot just because it's the one I talk to my friends about a lot. And I mean, I will argue, I think Reverse Flash is one of the best of Arrowverse villains, full stop.
I mean, he's really good.
They keep bringing him back, though.
They keep bringing him back.
He always comes back.
And Jay's argument about Stephen Amell being bland or like being straight-faced.
He always comes back. Okay, Candace Patton isn't the main focus of the show.
She's becoming the main focus of the show. What are you
She's not the main focus of the show. The show isn't named after her. The show is named after Barry.
It might as well be. Have you seen what they've been doing with her character? Like for no reason. Like they made her the boss of the leader of Team Flash for no reason.
She was team leader. And then Barry came back, and then now all of a sudden she's still team leader.
These last 3 seasons have been basically the main focus of Iris.
She lost her sense of logic in season 4. Okay,
and her character's the biggest hypocrite of the show. She got mad because
do we want to talk about hypocritical characters?
I mean,
do we really want to talk about hypocritical characters when Oliver is in the fucking picture here?
Well,
Oliver is one of the most giant fucking hypocrites on the face of the planet.
Well, yeah, because he get caught.
But if you can't turn around and use that logic if you're afraid that the logic's going to be used on you.
Yeah, the difference between Oliver and Iris is that he's hypocritical, but there's consequences to his hypocrisy. There's no consequences to Iris' hypocrisy.
That's true.
When you've got somebody on your team who can change the fucking timelines, you don't have to worry about being hypocritical.
And like I said, Candace Patton, she's a fantastic actress, but she has no chemistry with Grant Gustin.
Well, they also just made Iris suck. Like the season where she was supposed to die, I was like, "Oh God, please! I'm so over her."
Everybody's got characters they hate. I don't actually hate her all that much. She is one of the weaker elements of the show. But
she was really good in season 1 when she wasn't the love interest to Barry.
There was
the worst kid ever.
Some of y'all just ain't been in situations like this. Some of y'all ain't been in situations like this, and it shows. That's just it.
Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna cut in because I thought Bill would yell over everybody. But Dom and Bill, why did you pick the right show? Because truthfully, the big reason I don't watch these shows is because they're all corny as shit, and Legends actually goes campy without being corny. But anyway, go ahead.
I thought it would be polite if I just let them get all their fucking hate out, so that I could just say my piece, if I may. Yeah. First off, you did my girl Supergirl dirty. She's my number 2. Just so we're clear, Legends of Tomorrow is the fucking best thing that ever happened to anything ever. Season 1 is a uneven kind of dumpster fire. They completely righted course, and ever since then, that show's been in the zone every season.
It's
Sarah Lance boring zone.
Is hands down the best. Sarah Lance just goes in everywhere and closes, no matter what decade she's in, no matter who is in front of her. I mean, she nailed Alex at a wedding, and like it was nothing.
Right.
She's a fucking champion because that is what she does. All right. The Atom is like fucking wonderful. All right. They took Damien Dark, who was a bullshit, boring, one-dimensional villain from Arrow, and they made him the Return of the Mac awesome. Everything he did was fucking great.
I give them credit for that. I do give them credit for that.
They brought in Constantine.
Hey, I just got both.
One of the best.
I'm sorry. Your show's. Oh, sorry. Wait. I'm going to say, first of all, they should change the name to just Sarah Lance and Friends. because it's the Sarah Lance show. It's not even a team show. It's all about Sarah Lance.
What?
And they're making me not like Constantine anymore. The show.
They make me love Constantine.
Constantine is not supposed to be likable though, but Hellblazer's a savage.
He just be smoking
Even
cigarettes
made
like
the
bad. He don't get no
non-Kavanaugh version
fuck.
of the Reverse Flash interesting. Like he's actually interesting in his season. So
I
mean, that's.
And I would also take Hawkman, Hawkgirl over Mona and Ava any day.
What?
And
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know,
I mean,
Hawkman sucked. And guess what they did? They fucked off at the end of their season. You know what they did? They brought in Zari, which is fucking great. They brought in fucking who else did they bring in? They brought
Gary,
in, like,
which is horrible.
Gary is kind of problematic, but it's fine.
Nora.
Girl, they brought
Nora.
in Ava.
They have a Nora. Nora's Damien Dark's
I have
daughter.
Legends at number 2.
They gave
but there are
us
still
our
some
Lord and
characters
Savior
I don't
Bebo.
like.
Bebo is our Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
I do like
It's the
Bebo.
All
best
hell
thing that ever
Bebo.
happened.
All hell
Bebo
Bebo.
almost made me walk
All
away.
hell Bebo.
Bebo nearly made me walk away from Legends because I didn't fucking like that. And I have that as number 2
I love
on
it.
my fucking list. Bebo
You don't know
was
what
the
Austin is.
fucking
Bebo's
nail in the
great.
coffin.
They brought him
Bebo
back
sucks.
in the
Bebo
crisis.
defeated Mouse.
They brought Bebo back in the crisis. We love Bebo. We love Bebo, y'all.
There was an episode where they got turned into puppets. Are you fucking out
And
of
it
your
was dope.
mind?
And it was so funny.
Crazy.
It was so funny.
If you had to sell somebody on Legends of Tomorrow, and your fucking argument was there's an episode where they turn them into puppets, I would laugh in your face.
I will say the best episode of Legends was the Groundhog's Day episode. That was a
can't
really
fucking
good
I was
episode.
gonna
I will
bring
admit
that
that.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Wait, what did she call it? Porcupine
Hold on a
Day?
second.
She called it
If
Porcupine
anybody
Day.
has ever watched
Fucking sorry.
Angel, you know the best episode of Angel is the puppet episode. So if Legends' episode of going into puppets is anything like that, these two men are
Are
right.
we gonna talk
It
about more
wasn't
bad shows?
nothing like
Are we
that.
talk about more bad shows? You want to bring Angel into this?
Puppets were only 5 minutes. Amaru, the puppets were only 5 minutes. While the episode Angel dedicated to
Okay,
it.
though.
Okay, real quick. Dom,
We will tell you this show is great.
Dom,
You know what? In a world I have to live in with desaturated Zack Snyder horse shit and grim, dark fucking fairy tales, give me some Silver Age nonsense. Give me a rainbow suited Batman. Please just give me some fucking craziness. Give me a bunch of Back to the Future jokes. Give me a whole season where John Noble's the bad guy, and then John Noble comes in as himself filming Lord of the Rings because he's fucking great. What the fuck?
Dude,
Fucking. They
Yes,
brought
I've
Biff
seen
back
Fringe.
as Nate. Bad. That shit was
dude,
dope.
the show is
Nate
getting
is
so
the
bad
fucking-
though that the
Nate
Arrowverse
is
has
so
nothing,
funny.
nothing to do with it.
No, they don't need to be in
It's
those
alright.
fucking crossovers.
Y'all
They
gonna be
don't
ready.
need
Just strap
It's a
in.
step down for them. They're
No, it's not.
thing. They brought in Biff.
They wouldn't exist
from Back
without
to
those
the
other
Future,
shows.
Who you thought
Yes,
was
they
going to
brought
be the
in
bad
Biff.
guy. Turns out he wanted
And
to
he
build
was-
an amusement
he's-
park for his kid. It's fucking dope.
So they
as
get
hell.
to just play
That is
Buckaroo
so
Banzai
adorable.
across the 8th dimension for fucking 5 seasons. It's boring.
People really only watch Legends when they
It
want
gets
to do a
old.
crossover.
It doesn't. It's so every episode is something new because they can go meet Barack Obama. They can meet fucking
And I'm sorry,
J.R.
the
Tolkien.
new Zari that they
fucking
have in
Little
is so
Caesar.
fucking annoying. They got rid of the best Zari.
You say Little
Yeah.
Caesar like as in like the pizza guy?
Julius Caesar, my guy.
with that, Dom, finish off with your final thoughts about why you saved Legend and what you think about this list.
Well, all right. So I'm just gonna say what he kind of said. But I love that fact they brought Biff in as fucking Nate's dad, and I was like, oh man, he's definitely gonna be a bad guy. But he was not. He was actually a good guy. He's probably one of the best dads on the whole Arrowverse. Also, I'm shipping Sarah Lance and motherfucking Ava Sharp. They're two of the best. They have the best. They have way better chemistry than motherfucking Barry and Iris.
On the Arrowverse.
I mean, I'm not lying.
The best.
And,
Dude, I love Dom.
they bring
Oh
in
my
the
God.
best parts of every other show. They bring in the best villains from all the shows. They bring in the best heroes from all the shows. It's
Not
just
the
the best
best
time.
villains.
No.
They turned Damien Dark into a fucking hero. Into fucking
Their
badass.
first villain was
It
Vandal Savage, like the most.
This is
boring villain of all
currently
time.
this is
But once they
currently
got rid of him,
this is currently Dom's final thoughts. So we're gonna let him
But
finish.
what-
We'll let y'all have your final thoughts as well.
Yes, I need to hear
once they got rid of Vandal Savage and fucking Rip Hamilton, then everything was going great. That's when they started hitting this shit. You know, because Ava Sharp and fucking Sarah Lance made the show, and the show is the best part about that. All right.
All right, Ryan, give us your final thoughts on what you picked and this list in general.
Okay. My final, of course, Arrow, I picked as number one, not because it got everything started, but because it took a character like the Green Arrow, who everyone kept saying was like Batman. They not only acknowledged the similarities, but then at the same time, they showed you why he is so different from Batman. He constantly makes mistakes. Yes, he is hypocritical because he had to grow up. He had to survive on an island for 5 years, having to make the most brutal decisions to stay alive. And now he comes back to society. Of course, he's going to be a little broken. Of course, his morals are going to conflict with others. But that doesn't mean he's going to be that doesn't mean everything he does is right. That's why I like in season 4 and 5, even though he's trying to make people tougher, he's trying to be a respectful leader, everyone doesn't listen to him, even though, yes, he fucking knows better. And then you see how they learn from their fucking mistakes and how then they grow as better people. I like when Oliver at times is on the outside because we finally get to understand where he's coming from because of all he has suffered. So then when you get annoying characters like Renee, like Curtis, like Felicity, like Dinah Drake, you start to see how they finally start to come around to Oliver's way of thinking because he's already been there and all he can do is just try to stop them from making the same mistakes he did. That's why season 2 is great, because he had to learn why he fucked up so bad with Slade. Season 5 is great because he learned he fucked up and created a monster out of Prometheus. All of his mistakes come back to haunt him and hurt everyone else around him, which makes him become better and try to be a better hero.
Malcolm, your final thoughts, sir, on why you saved Flash and this list in general.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is one, like, I like all these shows. I'm going to go back to watch Black Lightning and all that. Maybe that might change my my list later, but for now, I legitimately like all these shows. And it's just, I'm just going to keep watching them. And The Flash is just one of those ones that I have a connection with people about, because I talk to people about The Flash a lot of times just because of the things that happen in the episode. Theories about what's going on just excite me and all that.
All right. Schwartz, give us your final thoughts, sir.
I mean, basically everybody wrapped it up. I couldn't talk over anybody. I mean, Arrow was obviously the first one that I religiously followed up because it was the first show, obviously. But I don't know. I really enjoyed the action. I really enjoyed Oliver as a character, even him being a super rich guy and me not being one. I still got along with the gist of what he was doing. And I liked Diggle, and really Slade Wilson was the deciding reason for me, because I thought Manu Bennett actually just knocked it out of the park as Deathstroke. So that was really my deciding vote on that one. But I would put Flash and Arrow are very much 1 and 1A on my vote. So
Jay, give us your final thoughts why you have Flash at number 1, sir.
To paraphrase what Tom Hanks said when he was on an episode of Saturday Night Live, if I can laugh and cry in 60 minutes, that's time well spent.
Mm-hmm.
The Flash does it for me. I cry at least once or twice in every season. There are mad tears, 100%, at least once a season, but I laugh my ass off a lot more. As much as he is a metahuman, he speaks more to what I think is the humanity in characters in TV shows than a lot of these other characters. And I didn't get to really trash talk fucking Supergirl, so I'm not going to do that. But what I'm going to say is it shouldn't take 2.5 seasons for you to get really good and for me to become invested. It should be there after a season. And I was there after episode 2 of The Flash. It took me binging the entire first season of Arrow for me to actually fall in and become a fan of it. I am a fan of it, and it did become my number 2. But The Flash really it hooked me right off the bat. It was there, and I was in 100%.
Mm-hmm. Richard, give us your final thoughts, sir.
Arrow has had some of the best character development on the show. There's some of their best villains, Slade Wilson, Prometheus, on point. They have some of the great, even Damien Dark was really good. It was super dark, had a good character development. Flash was my number 2. Grant Gustin's such an underrated actor. He can do no wrong, in my opinion. I will say that after season 3, like the villains.
He was in Glee. He can do wrong.
Yeah,
I love Glee. I love Glee. Don't you do that?
I am a Glee. Don't even talk to me.
Black Lightning's good. It's just, it took him a while to find itself. Legends of Tomorrow takes the best villains and made them horrible. And Supergirl really had no villains except for Lex and Sam Witwer's. I forgot what's his name. The character he played. Yeah, I really liked that. Season 4 of Supergirl was the best season of that year. Season 4 season of Supergirl was so good. I'll give it that. So that's my final thoughts.
Greg Berlanti did not ruin DC on the CW.
Mark Guggenheim ruined.
I will disagree. I will disagree with you on that very, very heartily. I will disagree with you on that.
Bill, can you give us some Legends love, please? Please give us some Legends love.
You all need to accept Bebo as your Lord and Savior.
No,
he is the greatest thing that will
I
ever happen.
believe in God. That's not
It's my turn to talk.
Bebo is a false god who will lead me to damnation.
Sarah Lance is the best thing ever, and I could watch her whoop all the ass and bang everybody in front of her because that's what she does because she is a fucking champion, and that is what champions do. Avid's fantastic. Zari is wonderful. Fucking Mick Rory actually is a well-rounded character because of this show. On The Flash, he was just I'm gonna burn things. That's what I'm gonna do. Now he's fucking hilarious.
Because he was on The Flash for
like,
6 episodes.
I'm still talking here.
No, I interrupted you.
Oh my God,
I can listen to all you guys and your fucking hate. It just fills my. I had to eat a sadness donut. That's how much it affected me. Jesus Lord.
What does make you sad? How does donuts make you sad?
Also, by the way, just a couple things. The main reason why Arrow is so low is because they basically just tried to make him Batman and not Oliver Queen, and that was a big problem for me. They just tried to cram that in there because that is just, if you've read the books, that is not who Oliver Queen is at all. But whatever, it's fine. It worked for the show. But I guess they couldn't get the rights for Batman, so they just tried to make Oliver Queen their Batman. And now that they kind of have a Batman, they're like, oh yeah, we'll just kill Oliver Queen. It's fine. So. But seriously, no. Everything about Legends is fantastic. Damien Dark's one of the greatest villains ever because he's fucking hilarious. He is
they made him to a joke. He was better on Arrow.
Dude, please, you mind? No, he wasn't. He really was not. He was very boring. He was very forgettable. He's also responsible for fridging Laurel, and I will never forget that show for that. And then they bring him in. They make him the return of the back, and they make him fantastic. But they also humanize him, which is something rare that these shows don't do. They actually made him a well-rounded villain. And, it's just, I love every minute. God damn, this show is great. And you guys need to get on board. You got to come with me to the promised land. I will take you there.
Christina.
So we know Greg's being paid by Berlanti to say all this.
Wait,
Bill's being
if Damien
paid.
Dark didn't kill Laurel, then Sarah Lance would have had such a great arc in the first.
All right, Christina. Christina, let's finish this off.
Arrow's the one that started it all. It's the best. Flash was my number 2. This was a hard one for me. I just feel like overall the Arrow probably just had better arcs and better storylines than the Flash did at some points. But yeah, and Stephen Amell's cute. And that's also, guys, how I rank things. And you should all know that by now. And I just don't really have anything else to say because I don't feel like hearing any of the boys tell me I'm wrong. So Arrow wins.
About the show.
All right.
You're wrong.
With that, we're gonna finish it off as I always do with the riddle for next episode. So, if I pose the question, if you had 2 words to describe your favorite album, what would they be? Now, I heard him say that maybe it's an R&B album, maybe it's a rock album, but y'all can't tell me nothing if you don't come in after listening to your favorite album like a monster. And you know what? If you tell me about your album, I'm going to let you finish. But I'm going to tell you all the reasons why you're wrong. And see you on the next episode. For Malcolm, Charles, Ryan, Christina, Bill, Dom J, and Richard, we are out of here.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm